Hey, it's your London boy, Teacher Tom, and today I'm going to be reacting to my first ever video. I cannot believe that we're doing this. Alright, so this video is called How to Refuse an Invitation in English. I filmed it in 2016. That is 5 years ago. Let's press play.
Hey guys, great to have you with me. Today I'm going to give you 3 super useful tips on how to refuse an invitation politely.
Okay, first of all, why am I speaking like this? Hey guys, it's your boy Tom. Why is my head, why was my head to the side? This was my first attempt at filming anything. So I wasn't used to using a camera, I wasn't used to positioning myself correctly. Also, a couple of appearance things. What's with my beard in this video? It was unruly, it was wild. It needed to be tamed. I think I've tamed it since then, but yeah, not a good look. Oof, and what was that shirt? God, I would never wear a shirt like, whoa! Okay, I know, I've still got the shirt. I've done up the buttons a little more. Yeah, there were complaints, what can I say? I also love the way at the beginning I'm like, hey guys!
Hey guys!
Who are the guys? Like, I didn't have any subscribers. There was literally 0 subscribers. So who was I speaking to? So for some context, I made this video in my mum's spare room. So I'd moved in with my mum and became her full-time carer because she was battling with cancer at the time. And so I was cleaning the house, making her food, taking her to appointments. And then on the side, I started Eat, Sleep, Dream English, and I made this first video. Now this was filmed in my mum's spare room. This was my sister's old bedroom. It was small. I remember the lights being really bright. And it got really hot in that small room, so that's probably why I look a bit sweaty in the video, because I was just so hot. Now you might notice some sunshine on the side of my face, and that's because there was a window just to the left of me and the sun shone in at that moment. I think it disappears at other parts of the video, but yeah, I didn't know much about lighting and about where to position myself. So I remember in the bedroom, I was sat on the end of the bed. There was a big bed, not much else around. And then there was loads of washing because I'd done lots of washing that day. So I was just kind of like cramped in this tiny little space, and I used the wall as my background. All right, let's check out the intro because this was definitely very different. Oh. Okay, yeah, so I think this was a template that was on Final Cut Pro, the editing software that I still use. And then I added in the music, sort of cheesy, poppy music, and then the spinning, I love the spinning letters, all shiny. Yeah, not great.
How do you say no to them without hurting their feelings, without upsetting them? Let's have a look at 3 great tips on how to refuse an invitation politely.
I like this bit here. I do a little gulp. I kind of go like, because my throat was so dry. I was really quite nervous when I was filming. Even though there's no one there watching, I remember feeling quite nervous.
3 great tips on how to refuse an invitation politely.
I'd like you to meet Ben and Katie. Ben invites Katie out by saying, "Do you fancy going out tonight?" But hold on, Katie needs to think. You see, the problem is, Ben's idea of a good night looks like this.
Here we get to the animation bit. This was a bit of software that I used called Powtoon. I think it's still available, I don't know. And what I discovered it through a friend, and I wanted to use it in my lessons, and in fact I used to use it in classes. And I thought it'd be great to illustrate language points on a YouTube video. And so I downloaded the platform, I subscribed to it. It's quite expensive, I think, at the time. And it took me hours to create what we just saw. I mean, creating all the little images, and it's a template, right? But you had to add the images, you had to do the timing of them all, get the feel of it right. I had to write the script. That took me hours and hours. Now, what I would say is I think the language of this video is really good. So ways to refuse an invitation politely, that's a super useful skill to have. And the language points that I use, or the actual language that I use, really, really useful. Like, thanks so much, but I'm afraid I've got plans. Like, I think that's brilliant language. So that part I think I got right, but maybe the presentation of it, I could do better.
And you'll be with someone on your learning journey, which I think is really important. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today.
Whoa, whoa. Did you see that fade transition?
Which I think is really important.
Wow, that was, yeah, that's next level editing going on there. I think, as I said, this is the first ever video I used. I also managed to lower the volume of the music during the cartoon section, which, again, that probably took me like half an hour to figure out. Searching on YouTube how to lower the music. I remember that each thing I used to do took me like hours to do. So adding music was, I had to research how to do that. It wasn't very simple. And then how to lower the volume, and then how to add the transition. This video, I think, took me probably about a week to make for the 20 views that I got. That's great. Anna, you might notice in this video, I'm wearing a bracelet. I had a watch and a bracelet. Now that bracelet was really special and important to us at the time. So my sister bought 3 of them. She gave one to me, to my mum, and she had one herself, and we all wore them, and it was to kind of bring us together and to give us hope as my mum went through this treatment for cancer. And so it was a kind of little bonding thing, and you'd hold on to it. I don't know, if you were feeling down or whatnot, I'd sort of hold on to it, I'd look at it, and it would make me feel a bit more positive and make me feel connected to my mum and my sister. So yeah, that was a really lovely thing. And I've still got it. I've put it somewhere safe in a drawer as a nice reminder.
Below this video is a link to a free ebook with all the information that we've looked at today, plus a very special practice exercise.
Ah, the ebooks, right. So for the first couple of videos, I created these ebooks that are like PDFs, and they'd have all the information that you saw in the video, and then maybe some extra bits and bobs and a few links. They were pretty good, I think, but they were just so time consuming. It took me hours to create those. So if you think about, you're trying to create a YouTube video and then you're creating a little mini PDF lesson for that video, it just took too long. I just decided at one point to release one free ebook that everyone can get, which is 50 British slang words, and then to create an actual book. So that's where my time has gone, is creating an actual book that people can buy. But yeah, I thought it was quite fun. The ebooks are not available. If you have one of those ebooks, then you're very lucky. You're one of very few people that have that ebook. Treasure it, hold on to it, and maybe one day it'll be as valuable as an NFT. Maybe. So look at this video with a lot of mixed emotions. I guess firstly there was the excitement of creating something for myself. I'd watched YouTube for many years. I'd used YouTube in my English lessons when I was teaching in Hong Kong, and I felt like I could do something good on YouTube. So that's why I created the video. And so the excitement of creating something for myself and putting it out there into the universe. And the feelings there were a mixture of excitement and nervousness, I guess, of putting something out there into the world and seeing how it reacts. And you're hopeful that it's positive, but you're also fearful that no one watches it or you get criticism. In this case, well, no one watched it, so it was fine. No bad comments. But it was the idea of just making something for yourself. Obviously, I'd always worked for schools. I'd created materials for these companies, but nothing for myself. So that was a huge part of this, was creating something for myself that I could put my name to and say, I'm proud of this. There's also the sadder side of things. I also remember that time was really difficult for me and my family, looking after my mum, seeing her health deteriorate over the years. It was really tough. And in many respects, it was quite a dark time for me. I had kind of given up my life in Hong Kong to move back to London. I was very happy in Hong Kong teaching, living out there, had a great flat, had a relationship. I felt very happy there. And then I had to come back to London to look after my mum. And of course, I wouldn't change that for the world. And In fact, that's probably, you know, one of the most amazing things I've ever done, is spending that time with my mum. I spent such quality time with her, and I looked after her 24/7, and I'd make breakfast for her and dinner, and I took her for walks, and we'd sit and chat. And just spending that time with my mum in her last few years was an incredible experience. So for that, I'm absolutely eternally grateful to this whole situation. And then added to that was the fact that I had the ability to start Eat, Sleep, Dream English and slowly build it into what it is now. So yeah, I look back at this time with mixed feelings, but generally it's a feeling of fondness towards that time and to this video. I knew that I was doing something important that was for me, that gave me hope. It gave me something to wake up for. You know, because sometimes I was waking up in those days and there wasn't much positivity in the world. So having Eat, Sleep, Dream English was a lifesaver in many ways for me. And you know, you guys are a massive part of that. Whether you've been following me for a month or for 5 years, you guys give me the reason to continue, right? Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And I know that sounds like a cliche, but it's the truth, right? If no one was watching my videos, I wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you for being a part of this journey and being a part of Eat, Sleep, Dream English. And yeah, hopefully you've seen some evolution in my videos, and I hope to keep evolving, to keep improving, making more interesting content for you guys. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see the whole video, I'll leave the link in the description below. But until next time, guys, this is your Chief Dreamer, Teacher Tom, saying goodbye.